Tom Harwood there. Tom, it was quite a scene yesterday, quite an event. I hear you were there.
I was. It was incredibly atmospheric. The sort of lobby correspondents of various news outlets got a special little space just to the right of the hall where we were standing just behind MPs. And it was really atmospheric as people were filing in, as the room was filling up, this vast medieval hall, almost 1,000 years old, with those stained glass windows that the sun was sort of peeking through. It was really quite atmospheric. And then Volodymyr Zelensky walked in, and it was quite a slow walk because it's an enormous hall, and he walked right down the side of that hall to rapturous applause. And it's interesting to note, of course, MPs and members of the House of Lords standing shoulder to shoulder. No time to have laid out the usual chairs in the way that we would expect from normal joint addresses in this way. And Volodymyr Zelensky stood there where titans of history have stood, where Nelson Mandela stood, where Charles de Gaulle stood, where other enormous figures from history have stood, flanked there by the Speaker of the House of Commons and the Speaker of the House of Lords. And the address really captivated everyone there. At moments you could have heard a pin drop, but other moments the applause and the cheering was quite deafening. MPs even taking out their phones to get pictures of the Ukrainian president. And it was interesting, he spoke about visiting this country before the war, before COVID, back in October 2019, and being taken around the Churchill war rooms. He, of course, visited the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge at that time. He visited Boris Johnson as well and had tea with the Speaker of the House of Commons. And all of those memories were forming a thread throughout his speech, which, of course, led to this crescendo moment, the gift of that helmet, that Ukrainian fighter pilot helmet, given to the Speaker of the House of Commons, and that plea, I thank you for your tea, now give us your jets.